Hi, my name is Sherk. Today I'm going to show you a great smoothie idea that you can do right at home with your own kids. First thing I like to do if I'm getting my kids involved with my smoothies is I like to let them go to the grocery store with me, pick out all of their own fruits and vegetables. That way there it gets them a lot more excited to be involved with the whole process, and they want to help me make it, and they're a lot more excited to actually try the smoothies. So this week, my kids picked out mangoes. They picked out some green grapes. They picked out some pineapple, and they picked out some watermelon, which you can see is already in the blender. So when I'm using watermelon for my smoothies, I don't need to use water because watermelon is actually 90% water. So when I blend this up, it provides a real good base. So there's no need to actually add any more water, unless you want a little more runnier consistency, which I don't like it. So I just use the watermelon by itself, and that works great for me. I've got about 3 handfuls of spinach there, which might equal out probably 2 or 3 cups. And then I've got 3 leaves of collard greens. I switch back and forth every week from kale to collard greens, but those are always a mainstay with my smoothies, along with broccoli. I always like to use broccoli as well. So today we're going to add some broccoli, we're going to add a carrot, and then we're going to add all the different fruits and stuff that the kids picked out. So we'll get started on this right away. So you'll see this blend up. The watermelon will blend up real nice, add a nice base, and then the greens will kind of start to mix up in there as we go. And I like to let this portion of it blend probably maybe for a minute or so, just because I don't want chunks of spinach or collard or chunks of broccoli in the smoothie, and the kids probably wouldn't like that much either. So I like to blend this up real good so it gets liquefied. All right, so here we go. So I'll just put a little bit in as we go, and I'll just keep adding to it as we go, so it gets liquefied real well. Next thing I do as we go is I'll add my broccoli, so that gets liquefied real well. And we're going to add a carrot. We want that to be liquefied as well, because again, we don't want to have chunks of vegetables in there. If we have chunks of fruit, that's not a big deal. But we don't really want big chunks of vegetables inside of our smoothies. So now I can start adding my fruit. I'll put the banana in there first. It doesn't really matter which one we put in there first. I just kind of pick and choose as I go. I always like to add like the grapes and like the pineapple and stuff last, so then it remains kind of chunky inside of the smoothie. We'll let that get blended up here a little bit. Like I said, this isn't a high-powered blender by any means. It does the job for me, so I'll keep using it until it doesn't work anymore. So we'll throw some mango in there now. And for our grapes. We'll go with our pineapple last. Needs a little bit of assistance. I could probably use a little bit more water in here. The consistency is probably just a little bit too thick still. So I'll just add a little bit more water to it. Don't really need that much. It's already blending a lot better now, so that's probably good, you know, and I'll just let this blend up a little bit more. Now that's good right there. Now you can see the consistency is pretty thick still, and that's actually okay with me. This part right here is for me. So I'll probably take about, I don't know, there's probably about 4 cups right there that I just took. Now that's going to leave about another cup and a half, maybe 2 cups here of the blend that we just made. Now, because it's for the kids, you can see it's green. So most kids will look at something like this and probably think it's not very good just based on the fact that it's green. Before they even try it, they probably won't even be interested in it at all. So what I like to do now is I'll just put some frozen berries in there. I'll use some frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and that'll actually change the color up quite a bit. So I'll put about a cup or so of frozen berries in there right out of the freezer, which I'll grab right now. So we'll put about a cup or so of berries in here, and then that'll change the color so it's actually purple instead of green. And the kids will like that a lot better. It actually adds a lot of extra flavor and stuff to it too, which I don't think it tastes bad the way it is, but it just adds a little extra flavor and some color. So we'll let that blend for a few minutes. I also like to throw a kid's multivitamin in there, which again just adds some more nutrients and vitamins and stuff. And I'll throw the kid's calcium in there as well. So we'll let that blend just for a few minutes. That should probably be pretty good. Now that's a lot more drinkable for the kids now with the extra fruit and stuff in there. It's going to taste a lot better, and your kids will love it, guaranteed. My kids drink these on a daily basis, and they don't complain about it. So we make these pretty much every day, and we make going to the grocery store a weekly trip for us, and they get to pick out all their own fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, and they help me with the smoothies, and it works out great. Give it a try, and I hope you enjoy.